This is the most heartbreaking episode of Educating Yorkshire ever.
His GCSE exams are coming up.
And
his speech is one of the lowest ebbs that we've seen.
I'm just scared of every single teacher.
I know quite a few big words that most people wouldn't know.
substantial stuff like that.
Just what we've and you've done for him.
Oh dear.
Hello, you gorgeous donuts. Educating Yorkshire is a British TV show which documents the dramatic lives of teachers and students at Thornhill Academy in Yorkshire. And this specific episode we're going to be breaking down is known as the most iconic episode of Educating Yorkshire ever, as it genuinely will make you cry. If you don't cry at this episode, I will be shocked. There's one moment coming in this video later on that genuinely will stick with you forever. So brace yourselves, because we're going on one of the wildest journeys that's ever been seen on a British TV show before. So the episode begins with us getting introduced to Year 11 Musharaf, and he's been called into Mr. Mitchell's office, who is the headmaster of the school, because he's been involved in an incident. And on his way to Mr. Mitchell's office, we learn that Musharaf actually has a severe stammer that he's had from his early childhood.
Musharaf has had a severe stammer since childhood.
Can I help or not?
Oh, nonsense.
No.
Like, straight away you already form an emotional connection with Musharaf, because you know that school might not have been the best for him when he first started, because obviously kids can be evil, and they definitely would have like made some remarks about his stammer. And this is referenced later in the video that he actually has suffered with severe bullying because of this stammer. When he is sitting down with Mr. Mitchell and also Mr. Steer, who is like an iconic character of the Educating Yorkshire universe that we've covered in previous videos, we learn that he's being punished because he posted a series of offensive things online to somebody. And ever since this incident occurred, he's also been misbehaving in lessons, which isn't like him. Now, when they said they were punishing him, I thought they were going to expel him, or maybe, I don't know, put him in the unit, like some sort of isolation. But no, their punishment of Musharaf is taking his prefect jumper off him, because apparently he really values having this prefect jumper, and this role means a lot to him in the school, which is just so wholesome. And ever since they've took the prefect jumper off Musharaf, his stammer has got progressively worse, and now he's basically just a mute in school. And I believe this has probably happened because it's kind of stripped him of all his identity. Like, this is something that he really takes pride in, and this getting taken off him is going to cause a lot of stress to him. And often with a stammer, the more stress someone's under, the stammer gets worse. Mr. Mitchell and Mr. Steer then say by the end of this episode, they want to make sure that Musharaf regains his confidence and help him get back in control of his stammer. And genuinely, the journey you see Musharaf go on in this episode is so fulfilling. I can't wait for you to see.
He's had periods where it's been barely discernible, but then whenever he suffers any form of setback, that's transformed itself into barely being able to articulate.
It is interesting that they chose to take the one thing he values away from him because of the stuff he'd been posting online. Like, obviously he needs punished. However, year 11 is your most important year at school, and especially when he's already stressed about his GCSEs, taking something from him that means so much is obviously going to make his speech worse and put him under even more pressure, which is probably going to deteriorate his GCSE results.
And we looked at ourselves and thought, do you know what, we did that, so we've got to get this kid's self-esteem back up there and put things in place for him.
You can tell Musharaf is a really nice kid because both of the teachers say if he shows 2 or 3 weeks of good behaviour, he will regain his prefect jumper back. And just the emotion on his face when they say this is so nice.
Keep working hard, jumper back, photo done, and there'll be a personal letter there from the head teacher. Yeah?
Is that good then?
Yes, sir.
Oh! Yeah, did you see the glisten in his eye? Did you see it? He was ready to turn the waterworks on just there because of a jumper. I'll knit you a jumper myself, Musharaf. You don't have to bother about that one. What colour do you want it? Let us know. I am intrigued to see if they're going to be successful in helping Musharaf regain his confidence by the end of this video. We then get introduced to Mr. Burton, who has a really good connection with Musharaf. In his first interview with the camera, you can tell why the kids like him.
When you actually start to think about career, I remember put my choices in this search engine thing. I think it turned out gravedigger, doctor, and something else useless.
Sorry, what, like, skills do you need to show where people are like, you know what you'd make a perfect thing of? A gravedigger. I'm not trying to put down the job of a gravedigger. I just want to know what qualities you possess to show that you'd be like an elite one. Where his teacher's looking at him going, you know what you'd be great at? You'd be great at just digging a grave for a dead body. Oh, that's what I can see in your future, son.
Not that gravediggers and doctors are useless, but I can't do with death and I can't do with injections. I thought teacher will have to do.
I mean, it is a little bit less of a, you know, intense job, I'd say, being a teacher rather than a doctor or a gravedigger. Also, they're like two totally different things, you know. Doctor, you're trying to save lives. Gravedigger, you're just on the other end of the scale. A doctor who is also a gravedigger, now that's a niche that I can get behind. Mr. Burton teaches Musharaf every day early in the morning, and Musharaf's class is actually the worst class in the entire school. They're the most difficult to kind of deal with. And it's his job to make sure that each and every one of them passes their GCSEs in English, including Musharaf. We then get a series of interviews from all of the students that are in this class, and there's a lot of familiar faces from previous Educating Yorkshire videos we've covered.
Are you a clever student?
Yeah.
Sometimes I really don't understand some stuff, but some stuff I do.
I mean, I think that's just everyone. Sometimes you understand things, sometimes you don't, love. That's just all we're...
I know quite a few big words that most people wouldn't know.
What big words do you know?
Substantial, stuff like that, and perplexing.
Ooh, perplexed. I'm joking. To be fair, I don't think I knew what perplexing meant when I was in year 11, so he's got the one up on us there. I wonder if he like uses that sort of riz when he's, you know, chatting people up. I know words that all these other blokes, they don't know, love, right? Perplexing. Bet he didn't know what that meant until right now. There you go. Do you want to go on a date with us, love? Me, you, local park, Frosty Jacks. Come on. There's more words where they came from.
I love school, mate. Yeah. You don't.
When you come to school in the morning, what are you thinking about?
Sleep.
To be fair, I feel like that's most people that are in school. Like, you get to school and you're just knackered. Like, I remember I used to stay up until like 3 a.m. and I'd have to be up at 6 a.m. And then, like, it's just a constant cycle that you never break and you're just knackered every single day. And then on a weekend, you just sleep in until, like, really late because you're knackered off the week. Was that just me? And when we see Mr. Burton teaching this class, the first thing you noticed is Musharaf isn't lacking in intelligence. He's actually really clever. He knows the answers to a lot of questions. The only thing that holds him back in his own mind is his stammer.
He could be completely forgiven for not putting his hand up and for not wanting to communicate in any way, shape or form, but he doesn't. What is it, Musharaf? Tap it out.
100
Now, even the fact that Mr. Burton just gives him time to answer shows, like, how empathetic he is and how, like, he's not rushing him or, like, making his stammer, like, more stressful for Musharaf. He's just giving him the time to, like, succeed. And the fact he's taught him every year for the last 5 years shows, like, how he's got this deep connection with him. And you're going to see later in this episode how this connection develops and actually helps Musharaf, like, overcome his difficulties that he's struggling with. On top of his English lessons, Mr. Burton also does some lessons outside of his classes with Musharaf to help him, because an essential part of Musharaf passing his GCSE in English involves him doing a speaking exam, which contributes to 20% of his overall mark. Now, in my time in school, we never had to do a speaking exam in English, so I don't understand why Musharaf has to do it. I don't know if this was just, like, the certain assessment in his school, but it's really unfortunate because it doesn't take into account people like Musharaf that have a stammer, because this holds him back, and it's not due to his intelligence, it's just down to his speech. And at this point, when I heard this, I was like, fuck it, Musharaf, you don't even need English anyway. Okay, of mice and men, I don't even know them. Lenny went and seen some rabbits. Mate, honestly, when you gonna need that in your life? Ah, fuck it. The red wallpaper connotes blood, does it? Fuck. Bullshit, man. Now, Mr. Burton explains this to Musharaf, that he will need to do a speaking exam, and just looking at his face, you can tell he's a little bit disheartened because he knows it's something he's going to be struggling with. But you can tell how appreciative he is of Mr. Burton just taking this extra time to just kind of walk him through things.
His speech is one of the lowest ebbs that we've seen, and I think that's influenced a lot by the fact that his GCSE exams are coming up.
Thank you, sir.
Absolute pleasure, Musharaf.
Oh, this is... The fact he keeps thanking him, you're gonna make us start crying early doors here, Musharaf. What are you trying to do to us? Do you know I'm hard round these streets? If I cry, what's that gonna do for me street cred? Can someone think about me in this situation, please? Now, I do worry about Musharaf because, like I said earlier in this video, when he's more stressed, when he's under more pressure, his stammer does get worse. So if his stammer's already bad right now, his stress levels are gonna go through the roof when his exam season actually starts. He's then asked by the producers, like, what is his goal in life? Like, what does he want to go on to do after school? And he types it out for us. Like, that's so nice that all he wants in life is to be able to go to college, so he has the opportunity to study science because he really likes science and he wants to go to Huddersfield specifically. Like, to many people, this might not be big goals, but to him, it means the entire world, and it really makes you invested in his story, so you hope that he gets to get to that level where he can go to college. Come on, Musharaf, we're believing you. The donuts are behind you, even though this was filmed like over 10 years ago. We then get a little cutscene of the teachers in the staff room, and they talk about Mr. Burton and what he got for his birthday, and it's so funny to see teachers joke like this.
I had a little do at the Rudding Park.
It's only your birthday. Is that why you got married, Rudding Park?
Yes. She took me upstairs to this little room.
I'm sure she did.
Happy birthday to you.
Like, watching this as an adult is so funny because when I used to watch this as a child, you didn't really look at the teachers like people because you're just like a child at that point. But when you get older, you realise that teachers are just people. It's just funny seeing them like joke like this in the staff room. I say, I bet you did. Bet you did. All right, you got lucky for your 30th, didn't you? Right, bit jealous. All right, it's okay. Invite us round next time. Actually, no, because that's a little bit weird. We then learn a little bit more about Mr. Burton. Before he joined Thornhill, the English kind of department were doing really bad and they were getting put into special measures. However, after his arrival, they actually turned outstanding, and it's said that he's never failed with a class before. Every class he's had have went on to pass the GCSEs. However, Mr. Mitchell, the head teacher, says that Musharaf in his class could be Mr. Burton's first class that he fails with.
That's really cool.
That lack of experience of having failed at something can weigh pretty heavily on your shoulders, thinking, what happens if it doesn't work this time?
Come on, Mr. Burton! We believe in you! Okay. You know that he's such a wholesome man when the way he reacts to getting a briefcase for his birthday, it's like he's just been given a private island. That's what happens when you get older, okay? Like, for my birthday, I get socks now and I get, like, really overjoyed by it. Like, you give me socks as a 14-year-old, I'd be calling childline. Now, I'm like, oh my God, you are my soulmate. Socks to keep me feet warm? Count me in? Wow. Well, I mean, that's what all socks do. If they don't do that, they're pretty pointless. Right? No one wants socks that make your feet... Anyway, that's like an idea they would make on The Apprentice. Socks that keep your feet cold. You can tell that Mr. Burton's going to have his work cut out with this class because it's only 10 weeks until GCSE start, and they all look like they just can't be arsed.
It's the day after my 30th birthday, so I genuinely feel like getting a gun, put it there,
30?
and blowing my face off. You thought I was 40? Get out of my sight.
To be fair, you could probably, like, you know, chuck a dead seagull on one of the tables and it would brighten the mood up a little bit here. I feel like every year 11 student feels like that, though, especially around this time of the year. There's no less fun time than the lead up to, you know, doing your GCSEs. However, it's absolute bliss when you finish. I mean, when you get your results, even if they're good or bad, because then the stress is gone. I remember during my GCSEs, I did like 4 of them and then I just give up. I was like, I just can't do this another 6 times. Like, what? What are you trying to do to us here? Are you trying to kill me? I remember my highest mark was in RE in French. So the Lord was with me and he was bilingual. So that was great. You put me into a French chapel alone, I'll walk out there with an army. What does that even mean? I don't know. Mr. Burton then sends Musharaf to the student support team just to help him regain his confidence a little bit.
Oh, for goodness sake.
It's me.
Musharaf.
What you predicted, how many GCSEs? Whoa.
One interesting thing to note during this part of the show is Musharaf's stammer seems to be non-existent during his conversations with the student support teachers, and I think this is because he has a really good connection with them. One of the teachers says that she's been with Musharaf throughout his entire journey in school, and when he first started in year 11 he got severely bullied because of his stammer, and they were always there for him, just for someone to lean on. And this just shows when he's comfortable and when he's at ease in certain people's company, like his stammer almost goes to the back of his mind because he's just so chilled out and his stress levels are just on the ground. And to me, this is the kind of environment they've got to create around his speaking exam, like make it as much of a safe space as possible for him to succeed. Because the difference when he's speaking to the student support teachers to when he's speaking to the show's producers when he's in an interview setting is like staggering. He goes from full sentences to not even being able to speak.
Are you nervous at all about going on to college? What is it that you're worried about?
Like, can you imagine how stressful this must be for him? Because he's in, like, a comfort zone with his school. Like, all the teachers know that he has a stammer. Like, this other students know about this. Like, it's no shock to them. Yet when he goes to a college where nobody knows about this stammer, none of the students know, none of the teachers know, like, he's going to have to start that process of getting familiar with everyone, like, over again. It's stressful for any student to go to like a college or a uni where you don't know anyone, but for him it's like times 100. And that's probably in the back of his mind already, so that's like another stress he's also got during this season, because even if he succeeds with his exams, what's to come is even more stressful. One person that is the complete opposite to Musharaf and actually can't wait to leave school is Hannah. She genuinely hates this place.
She could be achieving A's, but she's going to struggle to achieve C's at the moment.
When you think about school, what comes into your head?
Prison.
It's so interesting to see like two students like on the total opposite end of the scale. Musharaf would dream to be in the position that Hannah's in, where she's just able to speak and she has like all of these opportunities on her door with ease. Yeah, Hannah has these opportunities, but she just takes them for granted. But obviously, like, you can't compare two people's journeys because they just have different perspective on things. I definitely think that I was more like Hannah, where I was like, I just can't be arsed for this. Like, just get me out of this building. Like, every single class I was in, I'd be watching the clock, and I swear when you're in lesson the clock goes so slow, it's almost like time stands still. Like, the teachers are even struggling to keep Hannah in her classes.
But the school is struggling to even keep Hannah in a classroom.
Like, already you can tell that Hannah's playing up to the cameras here. Like, did you see her little look to the camera there? She genuinely had eye contact with it and smiled. It's almost like she knows that she's like on show, like giving a performance here. And this makes us think, like, inviting a camera crew into your school, is that doing more harm than good? Because people like Hannah, who have that personality type where they want to make everyone laugh, this is going to severely deteriorate them. Christ, that was like watching James Bond. That was like Ellie in The Last of Us. What?
I was really shy. Just scared of every single teacher.
What changed?
Dunno, I just grew up.
It is interesting with Hannah because she says that when she was in like year 7 and 8, she was really shy, she was really scared of teachers, she wasn't that popular. However, like in a latter years of school, she's actually got in with the popular group. And it seems to me that she really wants to kind of show off in front of these popular girls to like kind of prove her worth in the group in a way. Like prove she belongs, to be friends with them, I guess.
Do you want me to sound in a big-headed way, but I think we are a popular group of people out here at school. Everyone looks up to us.
Alright, calm down. The Kardashians are in trouble. There's a new girl group in town. I know this is like oddly specific, but even things down to like her hair, like she does her hair like them. She's constantly trying to make them laugh. It's almost like an insecure thing that she doesn't actually believe that they'd want to be friends with her if she was just behaving in school. It's almost like she always has to impress them. The show then progresses to the final weeks of the year 11s being in the school leading up to their GCSEs. Will Musharaf pass these exams? Please, Lord. Please. And you can tell that the school really do care about Musharaf as a person, not just what grades he gets so they can put it in a system that proves the school's successful. They set up for him to meet with a tutor who will be at Huddersfield College when he goes there, if he goes there, just so he'll be more calm knowing that if he gets the grades to go to Huddersfield, there'll be someone there that understands him and understands that he has a stammer. And I think this is a really great tactic from the school because that insecurity that he has, like, about his future is now being put at ease a little bit. This teacher asks Musharaf where he lives, and Musharaf's stammer seems to take over at this point.
Where do you live?
I know I shouldn't like get emotional over this, but it's just I know how in his head how frustrating this must be for him because he knows what he wants to say. It's just that connection to actually saying it is what he finds difficult. You just really want him to succeed and you really feel a connection with him because he's such a nice lad.
What's going on inside your head when the words don't come out?
Like, you can see there when he's typing out, like, this really, really has a hold on him. Like he said there, he wants to smash his head with a hammer. Like, that's the stress levels this lad is under because he can't just articulate what he wants to say. And it's even infuriating as a viewer because you feel the emotion that he feels because you've seen how intelligent he is and you really want him to showcase this to people. But unfortunately, that's just what he struggles with. You can tell how much the student support teachers love him as well because they actually break down in tears when he's about to leave the room.
It was nice to meet you too.
Great stuff. Well done.
Musharaf, just pass me the tissue.
It's because it's so wholesome. All he wanted to say was, oh, it was great to meet you. And it's the fact that something so simple, like just saying that phrase, is just something that he really wants to say, but he just struggles to say it. It makes you feel so much emotion for him. I'm going to need tissue soon. Now, we are going to do an update at the end of this video where Musharaf is today, like 10, 11, 12 years after this was filmed. And you genuinely won't believe what his job is today. Like, honestly, if you had 100 guesses, you would not guess this. Moving on, Mr. Burton has the class back in his classroom and he is set up for them to do poetry, and Musharaf's response to this is actually hilarious.
We are doing a bit of poetry.
I don't like poetry, man, because I can't even speak.
Fair enough. I mean, fair enough. If there's one person that does have an excuse of why they don't really like poetry, I feel like Musharaf has the get out of jail free card there. I don't even like poetry, because I can't even fucking speak. You want us to speak with rhythm when I can't even speak? Who do you think I am? What are you trying to do to us, Mr. Burton? Trying to take the piss out of us or something? Now, it's only 2 weeks away from Musharaf having to do his speaking exam, and he needs to gain a C to get into Huddersfield College to study science. And again, the fact he has to do this speaking exam is like infuriating, because how does that show his knowledge on a subject? Like, why can't he just type it out? I don't really understand it, but that's just unfortunately the curriculum in this school. Now, to try and give Musharaf the best chance of succeeding in passing the speaking exam, Mr. Burton rings multiple people. He rings different speech therapists that Musharaf has worked with in the past, different people that Musharaf has known in the past. Just, he's trying to figure out anything that can kind of give him more information of how he can make Musharaf feel more comfortable, and any techniques he can kind of give Musharaf to just get him over the line with this. And you can really see how appreciative Musharaf is that Mr. Burton really goes the extra mile for him.
He is those kind of teachers who help the student in time of need.
Oh, mate, I'm gonna start crying. Being a teacher is such an important role in, like, so many people's lives. Like, you know, most people, and if not everybody in the UK goes to school. And teachers really going the extra mile for people that do struggle in school will really, like, change their lives for the better, like, after they leave school. Like, teachers have such an impact on what children go on to do later in their life. They literally form children's beliefs. They make them discover what they like, what they don't like. Like, being a teacher is such an important role, and it's like so infuriating that teachers aren't treated as well as they should be, because you see here the impact that one teacher can have on someone's life and how they can dramatically change it for the better. Teachers should get paid as much as footballers, that's what I'm trying to say. However, at this point, Mr. Burton doesn't seem to have that much faith that Musharaf will pass his speaking exam.
I've never taught stammerers as severe as Musharaf. We'll have to get through it. At the moment, I'm not sure how we can.
However, he doesn't let Musharaf know that he's feeling this way. Like, he's using every single trick possible to try and motivate the class to pass their exams.
If you've been saving up your best spellings and your sexy punctuation, when do you use that? Now. Put your semicolon down on the desk and you say, right, we've come to party.
Wait, is punctuation sexy? Women out there? Like, if, you know, a guy invites you back to his place, he's like, oh my God, I'm gonna absolutely give you the best time of your life, semicolon, me and you. Is that how you use them? I don't feel like that's that sexy. I need to brush up on my punctuation. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. I'm not using enough punctuation. Do you say the punctuation out loud in your sentences so, you know, they know that you're using punctuation, which obviously makes you sexier? Oh my God, I can't wait to get you back to mine, semicolon. We're gonna fondue. Ha! Sorry, that was pretty sexy, you've got to admit. That's my game in the bedroom, improved. Thank you very much, Mr. Burton. I will not be getting any D's, but somebody will. It's been a long week. Apologies, guys. Just quickly, Donuts, I want to say, if you haven't already, please do press the subscribe button so you can join the best community on the internet, the Donuts. We're chasing down 1 million subscribers, so if you want more videos to binge watch when you're bored, exactly like this one, press that button, baby. Baby, I guess. And you can see how hard Musharaf is really trying in these lessons to just kind of get past his stammer as he's putting his hand up for every question.
Have you got something to say?
Oh yeah, that's to say that you don't understand.
Go on, Musharaf, son. Come on, you can do this. Please, they need to help this lad. If he doesn't pass his English exam, I'm gonna riot. I know this is like ages after this was filmed, but I will be marching down to AQA or whoever the exam board is with a pitchfork, and I will be speaking the record number of words that are possible in minutes for Musharaf. Now, one thing I didn't realise that in this speaking exam, Musharaf actually must speak for 10 minutes continuously about a specialist subject. The subject can be anything that Musharaf wants it to be, but he's not allowed to stop speaking. Now, the footage we've seen, he struggles to even speak for 10 seconds, so 10 minutes is going to be like one hell of a challenge. So something definitely needs to change in between now and the end of this episode to help him succeed. And we do see Musharaf doing extra lessons with a tutor outside of classes just to try and improve a little bit. Come on, son. You can do it. What? They definitely need to try something different here because they're trying the same tactics over and over, and it's not there's no real improvement really being made here. And Musharaf is only getting more stressed as the time kind of dwindles between now and his time of taking the test. I'm just so invested in this boy passing. Like, I almost want to jump into this and help the teachers to try and form some sort of successful plan here. Even the student support teachers who Musharaf has a really good connection with are trying to give him like a motivational talk to just give him some more confidence.
So don't be too hard on yourself, Musharaf. You need to start believing in yourself a little bit more.
He just doesn't believe in himself. You can do this, man. Fucking hell. This is getting worse. He has such little confidence because, like he's previously said, he just gets so annoyed at himself. He's so hard on himself, like a lot of people are who don't have a stammer. However, it's just when he's hard on himself, it has a direct correlation to how he can speak. And it's just because he wants to succeed. He's not being harsh on himself because he's like sad or anything. He just wants to be able to be on the same level as everybody else and have the same opportunity as everyone else to succeed.
Don't you? That you can do it. Because you can.
And I think it's important for the teachers to keep reassuring him here because in Musharaf's head, nobody understands what he's going through. So if he can just lean on people and people can say to him, look, you can do this, then it might just make him have some self-belief that people believe in him, so he should believe in himself. The show then cuts back to Hannah, and Hannah just can't be asked with school. She's not even asked about what grade she gets because all she wants to do is just be with her friends.
I'd rather have my mates than be proper brainy and hang around with other people.
Now that is interesting because why does it have to be one or the other? Like, do you not feel like your mates will still like it if you try in school? Like, are you purposely not trying in school because you want to be cool to your mates? Because to me, that's not really real mates. Like, if your mates don't want you to do well, then are they really your mates in the first place? I'm pretty sure if you just locked in for these 5 weeks, your mates are going to be there after you finish. Like, you don't need to worry about them ditching you in these 5 weeks. And if they do, then they weren't worth having in the first place, Hannah. However, it is a really good thing that she does value her mates so much, and it shows that she probably is a really good friend to them and all she wants to do is just be with them. The concerning thing is all of Hannah's friends, like the pennies kind of dropped with them that they need to really lock in here if they want to go on to do what they want to do after school. These mates include Ches, who we've covered in a previous Educating Yorkshire video, her entire story. They are really focused on getting the best results so they can go to college. Yet Hannah still hasn't reached that stage yet, and I really feel like it comes from insecurity because she maybe doesn't value her place in the group to be as strong as the other members.
Oh yeah, I got like this little Mickey Mouse character on this side and then this devil on this side. Good one's like, do you work? Devil's like, fuck off.
Oh, I feel really bad for Hannah because, you know, like, I feel like I have some similarities with her where, like, you use humour as a way to kind of cover your insecurity, and now, like, her friends aren't even laughing at her jokes, so it's almost like everything she values in herself is getting taken away a little bit, and it's going to sink in that she really needs to lock in with her results here because that's her proper future that she's putting on the line here. She seems like a really nice person, her priorities are all over. The show then cuts to the week of Musharaf's speaking exam, and Mr. Burton is giving him like an extra tutoring lesson to just give him some extra support before it.
So how am I going to do the speaking exam? I can't even speak. Yeah. It tells us that we've got 1 or 2 roadblocks in the way.
I mean, yeah, that's probably a little bit of a speed bump, you know. Mr. Burton then makes Musharaf read out this poem, and I've never wanted someone to succeed at something more than ever.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Breath, nice and loud, nice and proud.
Oh, I can't watch this. I actually can't watch this. This is a tough one. Because if Musharaf can't even read this poem out in front of Mr. Burton, who, you know, he has a really good connection with and feels safe with, like, how is he gonna read this out in front of an exam invigilator who he knows nothing about and is in a high pressured situation? I'm trying to think of, like, different methods he could do. People say that when you're reading something out, pretend the entire audience is naked. However, that would just stress me more out. I'm like, why's that woman got her tits out? This is just thrown us off. Like, is that an actual thing that people use? Is anyone in the audience, have you ever, like, had to do a speech and you've pictured everyone naked and it's worked? Because I feel like that's just the worst thing that you could possibly do. Like, imagine reading something out and you're like, oh, all right, well, not too insecure about the size of mine anymore. Now, as I've consistently mentioned in this video, Mr. Burton is doing loads of extra research on how we can help Musharaf just complete this speaking exam. He's ringing different people, he's researching online, he's doing everything. Another thing he's done is he brings up to Musharaf that he's randomly just watched the King's Speech movie. Now, for anyone that doesn't know what this movie is about, it's Colin Firth acting in it, and he's acting as a king who has a stammer, and he's leading up to doing this speech, and he's trying to just improve how he speaks so he can, you know, complete it. A very similar journey to what Musharaf is trying to do. And it's interesting because Mr. Burton brings up that he's just randomly watched this. However, he would have specifically watched that in his spare time, which is also such a nice thing to do. Like, out of hours, he's still trying to find ways to help Musharaf. Mr. Burton brings up that in that movie, the king would listen to music whilst he was talking, and it helped him just get his words out. So he also does the same thing for Musharaf. He gives him some headphones, and this is the result.
It's the same moment when the trees unloose their soft arm from around you, the birds take back their language.
This is so nice. What? I'm so proud. I don't even know this person enough. I'm so proud of her. This is so weird. Oh my God. Wow.
You own nothing. You were a visitor time after time.
How good is his speech improved just because of that one little technique? If Mr. Burton never watched that movie, we would never have got to this point. Like, the extra effort that he went through to really help Musharaf has changed his life here. Like, this is outstanding. He's just speaking. We've never seen him speak like this throughout the entire episode, and now, like, this is the first sign of hope that he can actually pass this exam. And you can see in Mr. Burton's face, like, how happy he is. I feel like fucking crying. Yeah, this is class. Mr. Burton then runs to get Musharaf's tutor so she can witness it also.
The birds take back their language. The cliffs fissure and collapse. The air moves back from you like a wave and you can't breathe.
Alright, you're just showing off now. We get it. You can speak Musharaf. Okay, right, fine. You can speak better than me now. Christ, you could see just like the glistening in all of the teachers' eyes because they're just so proud of him. Like this, all of their work has led up to this moment of him being able to speak, like something that a lot of people, basically everyone, takes for granted. And now Musharaf is just so happy that he can actually be on the same level as everyone else. It's such a wholesome thing to witness. Musharaf then tells the camera how it felt to be able to get to this point. Oh, he's even producing the show now. Nobody can stop this man. That's hilarious how he's put dramatic music in brackets. This bloke's gonna turn into the next Michael Bay. I love it. Again, it just proves like teachers going that one extra mile to just improve a student can genuinely change their lives. Like, it's such an important role these people have. Will this mean Musharaf will pass his speaking exam though? It's definitely like an absolute beacon of light, of hope, but will it make him pass? We need to see. The show then progresses to the time we've all been waiting for, Musharaf to take his speaking exam. And this is where he reveals what he's chosen as his specialist subject that he wants to talk about. He's chosen his stammer because obviously he knows the most about it. It's something that he goes through every single day of his life. And when he said this, I didn't know if it was actually a positive, because the positives are that he knows everything about it. Like, he'll be able to talk about how he feels going through this, and it's definitely something he's an expert on. However, I don't know if it's a negative because his mind is always going to be thinking about it when he's doing the exam. Like, when he was reading out that poem, it's almost like he forgot that he even had a stammer. However, he's never going to be able to forget that he has a stammer during the exam because he's literally talking about it constantly. So I did have a little bit of panic when I heard that that was his specialist subject, but let's see if he's successful.
Just because he can put some earphones on and he can speak quite fluently doesn't mean that he's going to go on and get an A star grade. He has still this exam to do.
Oh my, if he fails, I'm just going to delete my YouTube. I can't take this. My heart can't take one more heartbreak. Can you imagine the stress on Musharaf's shoulders right now? Like how he will be feeling. It must be like tremendous amount of weight on his shoulders. Mr. Burton says that they're not allowing the show to film Musharaf's speaking exam, which although it is a bit annoying because the entire show's built up to this and it would have been nice to see him do the exam to see how much he's improved over this period of time, I really do understand it, and I actually am glad they're not filming it because this isn't really content. This is genuinely someone's future on the line here, and anything that just limits how much stress is on him is a good thing, and not having the camera crew in there probably will limit his stress a little bit. Even me, if I had to do a speaking exam, I would find that really hard, but having a camera crew and multiple like staff in the room with us, it would just stress us out even more, so I'm glad they're not filming it. Musharaf then completes his speaking exam, and he has one thing that he wants to say to Mr. Burton.
I appreciate all the help you are giving me.
And I appreciate the help you're giving yourself.
It's how patient Mr. Burton is with him. He's like, yeah, just take your time. Take your time, mate, right? I'll stop the entire world for you, Musharaf. Don't worry about that, son. Now, we do find out if he has passed his exam at the end of this episode. I purposely haven't found out because I want my live reaction on camera. Now, meanwhile, whilst all of this is going on, Hannah is getting told that if she doesn't pass her GCSE, she will be getting sent to the army.
The main thing is that you're doing something. And for that, I send you to the army.
So I get shot first, so it's like...
Just be wandering around Afghanistan looking confused.
Can you imagine Hannah in Afghanistan? That would just, that just wouldn't end well, if I'm being honest. Just her moping around going, it's just pretty shit this, innit? I just don't really get it. Like, why am I even here? I'd just rather be with me mates. Honestly, I'm not really arsed, to be fair. By the way, I've just had this thought. Do you think, like, the other kids that go to this school who aren't on camera are jealous of the ones that are on camera and getting all the screen time? It's a little bit like being at Hogwarts and you're not in Harry Potter's friendship group. You know, you're just like, why do the cameras always follow him? Oh, he's what? His mum and dad died and a bald guy follows him around. And now he's the centre of the universe. Oh, get over yourself. I always think about that. The other kids must have hated Harry. Moving on, Musharaf has now been called back into Mr. Mitchell's office, which he was in at the start of this episode, and Mr. Mitchell has decided to give him back his prefect jumper because of all the hard work he's put in. And this is just such a nice round-off to that incident that occurred because he really takes so much pride in wearing this jumper, and this is like the one final push he probably needs after doing his exam and completing it.
You happy with it?
Yeah.
Right, get that monkey blue one off. How does that feel?
Good.
Feels good.
It's like all he wants to do is be able to speak and wear his prefect jumper. Why is he the most wholesome person on the planet? Like, what? What are you trying to do, Uzia? One thing I do want to bring up is, obviously, I've discussed that Musharaf got heavily bullied because of his stammer in year 7 and year 8. However, the show says that now he has a lot of friends and people really respect him and people are really rooting for him in the school and nobody teases him anymore. And that's such a nice thing because obviously in school, kids can be really cruel to people that are a little bit different. And it's really nice that in this school, the kids actually like support them and get behind them. Like, it's just such a wholesome thing. I keep saying the word wholesome, but that's just the best way to describe this episode. And also heartbreaking because I've cried a couple of times. Now, if you thought this episode was emotional to this point, you've seen nothing yet, as it's now time for the Leavers Assembly for the year 11s as they've completed their GCSEs. And one special person gets a huge shout out in this.
There was one of you sitting here that hated it in year 7 because he didn't have a voice then. He's got one now. So, Musharaf, where are you?
Oh, fuck. I can't do this. What do you mean he didn't have a voice now? He's got a voice now. What? Musharaf then gets up in front of everybody and says something. Oh no, this is going to finish us off.
This is taking a lot, but he wanted to show just what we've and you've done for him.
Oh, damn.
Oh, there's people crying. There's literally people crying.
The school has helped me improve so much that I do not have enough words to tell you all how I really am going to miss the school, the students.
I can't cry. I can't do this. I feel like all I've done in this episode cry. This is actually so emotional. It's like one of the most emotional things I've ever watched. What am I actually doing? Why am I crying in a YouTube video again? What's going on? This is just so nice. I can't even speak. Makes two of us, Musharaf. Okay, we're all in the same boat. Oh my lord.
It's good I don't have a dream to work at a call centre, or else I would be fired.
To be fair, it would be a nightmare if you had like an issue with something and he answered the phone. You'd be like, oh, where, man? Bless him.
I really want to thank you all for listening, and I hope the best for all of you.
This kid's crying. You can see how much the kids like love him. Like, people are giving him a standing ovation. Oh, that's my Harry Potter right there. Right? Not Daniel Radcliffe. It's so nice that they got him up in front of everybody, because now he's worried, like if he does get into college, he's worried about that next step. The amount of confidence that this will give him, something that he's probably feared doing his entire life, is just remarkable, and it just shows what a great school this is and how much they've really impacted Musharaf's life for the better. Honestly, like, watching this episode has inspired me. Like, he's such an inspiring person, and it just shows that all the hard work that he's put in has finally paid off, and something which has had so much control over him, he is now gaining some control back. Oh my god. This is... Oh, I need tissues. Why don't I have tissues? But now, it is time to find out if Hannah and Musharaf passed their GCSEs. Let's see. Please, I'm on me knees here. Lord, French Lord, come back for once more. Okay, Hannah got 9 GCSEs at A star to C, including English, which is obviously, that's really successful, so she's absolutely smashed it. And she also had a great journey, and I'm glad that she locked in for the final like week to really, you know, get her over the line. And she also went on to study what she wants to do at college. Now, Musharaf, come on. Yes! I've never been happier for someone, ever. Come on, son, get in. I'm gonna have a drink on you tonight. Not on you, obviously, like, on you, you know?
Oh, yes.
He also got 5 other GCSEs from A star to C. Like, there was no question that Musharaf was clever. It was just this speaking exam that they thought was going to stop him from achieving his grade in English. But now he can go to Huddersfield and study science and do what he really wants to do. And again, obviously, this wouldn't have been possible without Musharaf's hard work, but it definitely wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Mr. Burton. Him going the extra length with his work and doing stuff out of working hours has changed somebody's life. And this is just such a nice story. It's actually insane that this is a real story and isn't a made up, like, storyline for a movie. It's just so good. And that's how the episode ends. And I know you're probably wondering, like, this was filmed over 10 years ago. Where is Musharaf now? And I'm going to tell you. Now, I did say you won't believe what his job is today, and he is actually a keynote speaker and a journalist. So he has took something which he has had little confidence with through his entire childhood and made it his strength, made it his career. Like, how remarkable is that? That's such an inspiring story. He has his own website if you want to check it out, called Mushy Asgar. He speaks on various topics such as education, mental health, leadership, self-acceptance, confidence, bullying, diversity, and staying safe online. Like, if there's one person that I want to listen to about their experiences and their knowledge, it's this man. And I actually think him appearing on Educating Yorkshire and having his story documented is a great promotion for his brand, because we've literally seen him overcome all of his challenges and become the person he is today. So you know he's not one of these, like, you know, bullshit kind of speaker people. This guy actually has been through it. He says that he has devoted his years to spreading awareness about stammering and motivating those who feel like life has set them back to be resilient in the wake of their vulnerability. My journey began with the words of a doctor who told me at the age of 5 I would never speak again. For years I believed him, but these words eventually fueled me with the grit and determination to push myself beyond what I was deemed capable of. The lengths I stretched to speak saw me practicing at every opportunity, from talking out loud by myself in the mirror to reading the credits of the movies I watched. I grasped laughed at my speech wherever I could. This guy is just such a motivational person. He's almost like a superhero. He also constantly references appearing on the show on his Instagram. He does like yearly updates of how many years it's been since the show aired and what progress he's made. So this is very clearly still a big part of his life and something he really takes pride in, which is a great thing because a lot of kids who appeared on camera don't really like to talk about it and they kind of wipe it from their history. So it's good that he still has a positive kind of connection with it. He actually recently appeared on Good Morning Britain to talk about what he's doing now, and they actually surprised him by reuniting him with Mr. Burton.
The main reason I actually got into keynote speaking was to try and show other people out there that you can honestly achieve whatever you want in life.
Like, have you heard how he's speaking now? Like, this guy is such a great speaker. Like, the fact this is a strength of him now is just honestly so inspiring.
Mr. Burton joins us now. Do you like to say...
Musharaf, if you think you needed a haircut, goodness me.
Like, you can see how happy Musharaf is to see him, and you can also, like, the same thing from Mr. Burton. They clearly still have so much respect for each other.
It's nice seeing he's got a full set of hair now, which is beautiful.
To be fair, yeah, Mr. Burton's definitely took a trip to Turkey. You know, Educating Yorkshire must have paid well, right? They've took him international. Look at that. Sublime. Okay, it's just really nice to see them reunited like 10 years on. I don't know why it is, but it's just that was just really like a nice moment. Now, when I was doing more research into where Musharaf is now since when he appeared on the show, during this time in between, he also appeared on Celebrity First Dates. And Mr. Burton was like his wingman on the show. I never knew this.
We were both on a series called Educating Yorkshire few years ago, and I was Musharaf's teacher, English teacher.
This is so strange. Like, imagine saying to Musharaf, oh yeah, like this teacher's going to take you on a date with someone like a couple of years later. You'd be like, what? And it's going to be documented on telly, and you're going to be mint at speaking, honestly. Like, you're going to be flirting with this woman, she's going to love you. You'd be like, stop lying to me, okay?
Yeah, I think he's just a decent human being, and that's...
Oh, thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
I love that he still calls him sir, even though they're outside of school now. He's just such a respectable person.
What's your opening topic of conversation? Have you got it mentally prepared?
Nothing.
This kid is so funny. Even if this date isn't successful, the fact he feels confident enough to appear on this show is like, you know, is a victory in itself. If I was single, I don't think I'd appear on this show, so that's a great stage, confidence-wise, he's managed to get to. However, whoever gets with Musharaf, if they, like, hurt him a little bit, if they break his heart, I'm gonna need words with them, right? I feel like protective over this person. Even though he's older than me, I think in real life, I still feel protective.
This is your date? I'll just get you a seat straight away.
That must be so odd. He's like, yeah, this is me teacher. I've just brought him along. He's also my friend. I still call him sir. It's kind of a thing we have.
Mush he's a bit stammer. I kind of just here to help out. I'm gonna disappear shortly.
This must be so awkward for Mr. Burton. He's like, yeah, like I'm just here to offer some support. You can't flirt in front of us. I'll just turn these off. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I just wanted to do an overall update of what Musharaf did after the show, and this was honestly one of the best videos I've ever recorded. Like, this was such an emotional roller coaster, so I hope you did enjoy it. I have done loads of videos on the Educating series, so if you want to go and binge watch them, there's loads available on my channel to do so. You've got your whole night sorted with them. And thanks as always, Donuts, for dedicating the time to watch me. I really do appreciate it, and have a great night.